Welcome to Rum&tings, where we drink rum, talk about tings. I'm your host, Lana.
And I'm Mr. X.
And our special guest today is...
the Maestro.
And our topic today is dating. What is it like now versus then? Mr. X?
Well, I could say dating now versus back then, the ball game completely changed. since that new girl thing, the sexual liberation or that sex parade, hey, let me fuck whatever I want, do what I want. The game had completely changed, and not necessarily for the better way for women, in my opinion. Because even though you can fuck everything and stuff, but when you're ready to settle down, all that stuff done before, it can handle the future relationships.
So what are we talking about when we say back then, though? Like, I mean, what's back in the day?
No,
like,
okay, when I say back then, I'm not saying that, hey, I'm going to put it like this. We all have our extracurricular activities we've done in the past. I can say it like that. But then, let's say some of it, keep it to yourselves. Then it's like when the other times where you kind of did it out there. Like, for example, you're out there doing OnlyFans and stuff, where it's completely out there.
Okay.
That you know that, hey, that plays a part in the man's, when they start consider whether to take it serious or not, different stuff.
So I'm older, right? When I was dating, I didn't have OnlyFans to compete with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, for real, porn was basic. It was, it was something to look at, but it was basic. It wasn't as explicit as things to be done now. And so when you're dating now, the expectation is what they see visually on these. I mean, a friend of mine pulled up his Twitter, and I was like, that's on your Twitter? I had no idea that you can see these things live right there with I know about OnlyFans, but I didn't know it was on Twitter like that.
You ain't the only one, because I'm like, ain't this kind of open? I thought this was like kid-friendly thing.
Yeah, I didn't know that you could find all that. But then I'm sitting there looking at them, watching this stuff. I'm just like, I can't compete with that. I'm not doing all that stuff. So in your mind, your expectation is that then it's getting hard for me.
You can still compete out there. Just drop it like it's hot. You ain't got to do it on the camera.
Nah. I got limits and I got boundaries now. I done worked way too hard to get this far. I got limits and I got boundaries. And I ain't as young and as spry as I used to be. So
just put break on that icy hot and then just go in. Just go ahead and touch your toes. Don't act like you never touched your toes before.
I did a long time ago. Long time ago.
I feel like women, even today in general, like younger women, a lot of them will see that type of porn and be like, I still can't do that. Like, I gotta stretch, work out, do all of that just to fit into that. And I feel like when they started putting disclaimer on porn saying do not try to recreate this in your own life, I think that's when you know it's bad. Like,
Right. Yeah, I mean, the porn nowadays is very illicit. And good luck for those who have it, and good luck to the person that's looking for the person to give them that. I'm a wife. I'm ready to make a home. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep up with what you're looking at. I might get cheated on. I think I might have to admit I might get cheated on.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I slightly missed the Cinemax things that start playing at 11 o'clock, the little dry humping. They damn near about to start a fire.
They end up just accidentally being on when you go to the bathroom. You're like, what? Who put this on? Then you remember it's Friday or Saturday night, and it's like, oh yeah, it's supposed to be on.
Oh yeah, that's how you. I bet that's how you played when the parents came by. that sounds like an excuse. You say to your parents, "Oh shit, I didn't know this happened."
Okay.
Well, yeah.
So was it that, would you say, when you were dating, since it wasn't just basic, it wasn't anything that really kept their attention, it was easier for you to date? Because you don't have to fight for all that attention,
Right. So I think now I definitely attract a different caliber of guy.
Yeah.
I think that when a lower, and not saying like lower, higher, meaning money or anything like that, just who you are as a man. Mm-hmm. If you're not too sure of who you are as a man, then it's probably difficult for you to come and approach a woman like me. I don't look or appear that approachable. Mm-hmm. But when they do, there's always some fuckboy shit. And I'm always like, I was willing to give you a try, but...
But that's kind of thing, though. It's... Now, people hate rejection, and it plays on the ego, guys. Even though you get used to it for the most part growing up, but you're still gonna care so much. Mm-hmm. So depending on your appearance, like how you sit there and stuff, it'll shape the form whether I will spark up a conversation with you, or am I just going, yeah, it doesn't seem like this the best time. Like, especially, like, you kind of described it. It's what I'm talking about. Is what I call, like, the resting bitch face. Mm-hmm. I got that, too. Mm-hmm. I always look angry. Like, when I'm like, literally not doing nothing. Mm-hmm. They used to always come up to, hey, you okay?
Yeah. Or somebody's always trying to tell me to smile. Just smile.
I hate that.
I hate that. Like, I'm just thinking. It's not even that I'm in a bad mood.
What's wrong with that, though?
Because I'm not in a bad mood. Maybe if I'm just thinking about something, then I'm just in deep thought. It's not really about me not smiling or not happy or...
Yeah.
But don't you think that's a tactic to spark a conversation?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that is one to spark a conversation. So it's just like, hey, if you smile and giggle, then he will, with good confidence, he will talk to you. If not, then it's just kind of, hey, just being friendly for the moment.
You could pick a better pickup line.
Hey, baby girl, nice to meet you.
Yeah, a better pickup line than trying to tell me to smile or pick my chin up or pick my... Nah,
so if you're going to say that, how many pickup lines actually do work?
I don't know.
That work for you specifically? All right, make it easy. Say a really good one that you got.
You
probably got some.
I mean, they come, but it's so corny. I mean, but I like corny though. So they be so corny, but I like corny. So I don't remember them, but I'll be like, oh.
Like one of these, they're like, oh, dang, did they hurt? When you felt from having?
Oh my gosh.
I would be like, I would probably laugh at somebody's face if they said.
Honestly, I did one of those numbers when I played around. I also did this right here.
Did it work?
They got the laugh. It didn't really go that far.
Okay, got the laugh.
Got that one. It's just like, oh, miss, you dropped this. What? My heart.
Oh my gosh.
So where do y'all get these from? Is it like a book?
Me too.
Like
a
YouTube or something?
You just throw.
Yeah.
Basically, how it works, you just throw stuff, and if it stick and work, I'm gonna replay that shit on every motion. I'm gonna throw this in every girl because it worked once. I'm gonna try this many times. If I can't succeed after that, just come up with some other shit.
Okay.
That's how it mostly works. It's trial for the man itself. It's trial and error. Then you got the ones that, hey, it worked a couple of times, and that's their go-to when they pick up women. If it doesn't work for you, then he'll stay within the range of women that it does work. So if his stuff only works for white women, that's the reason why he stays with white women. In some cases.
So he said, well, whichever catches my prey.
What?
Whoever catches my prey.
Oh shit! Hell yeah! I'd be happy for anything. Someone touch me, please.
Really?
Hell yeah! I guarantee you walk outside, just raise your hand. You just say, raise your hand if you want pee-pee touch. You see so many hands come up.
What is with this like obsession with the sex though? That is my only thing. I feel like men these days are just like so obsessed, and it's like that's not all you need in life.
But not only that, we're adults. It's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. If we're talking,
yeah.
I mean, come on, let's be real. Whether I have that whole, in the first 5 seconds, I'm going to hump him or not, I'm going to give him some. Whether I have that feeling or not, if we go past conversation 2 or 3 and we talking, unless I completely friend zone you, we're going to probably have sex.
That's true.
I don't need you to really lead the conversation because you're going to say something out of your mouth that's going to turn it off and then keep turning it off and then keep turning it off. And then you get pushed into the friend zone. That's how it happens.
Sometimes they get nervous and awkward, and the other nervous awkward don't know how to talk to them. Because I met people who really don't know how to talk to women. Mm-hmm. And there's others where I'll be surprised how that shit work. He's like, hey, yo, bitch. And that shit work. And I'm looking at it like, how the fuck does that shit work? But anyways, on that, it's kind of things where, especially now, and that's why I blame that little sex thing out there. It's just like, before, sex was like, it's the pinnacle of shit where at max, all you're going to get is a shoulder rub. That's about it. And yeah, you work your ass off. Now they throw it everywhere. In the music videos, it used to be concealed. All you see is a little curve right here, and that was enough for me to get off.
Right.
Nowadays, you gotta be licking your own titty for me to be excited.
Okay.
Because it's so
we
out there.
desensitized you.
Basically,
what you're saying.
It's so much out there where it's like the simple him go twerk the twerking thing. It doesn't do much for me anymore. Cause it's like it's everywhere out there. I guarantee I open this door, some bitch twerking in the corner. She's right there in the bush,
right
just
there,
waiting,
getting it, twerking, dropping it low and everything, making these.
Just want to say, hey, ma'am, you need to take that stick out your booty. It's just so much out there. That's why. So then it's like okay, hey, it's out there so much. Then hey, you don't expect to work it that much because there's always somebody else who's gonna give it to you so much easier.
So that was what my first point was. My first point. Like it's hard to compete because again, if it's right there for you to have something to compare it to, like again, back in my day, the porn was just basic, so it wasn't all that. I mean. Yeah, you might see somebody get nut on their face or whatever, but these people is gagging in a whole nother way, taking it up asses and coochies at the same time, and in the mouth and in the ear. Like,
oh, you talking about a shish kebab?
It's a name for it.
That's what I call it. Is when they got them both on both sides and put her in there. She just spins.
Yeah,
yeah, that's above my level. I read about that a bit.
I'm sure that I'm probably going to get cheated on if my dude has seen any of those things. I'm sure I'm probably going to get cheated on.
Don't worry. Most men who actually date you serious, I would not be okay with that. But so you're safe on that part at least.
I mean, they wouldn't date it, but it doesn't mean they wouldn't sleep with it.
Yeah, but that's a different. But here's the thing, though. Most women don't understand.
You like, what's the difference? What happened?
No, most women don't understand that there's two type of things how I categorize a woman that you would actually consider dating and one that's just for fun. A lot of people misconstrue like, okay, hey, I want to have sex. Just because I want to have sex with you is that I actually want you. No, there's a difference. This because the first thing I see is like your body. I don't know you yet, and when in doubt, I'm horny for anything. That's the first thing I think. Once I get past that nut or whichever, then I'm like, okay, hey, what is there about you?
Right. So then that brings my next thing about even the whole sex thing because okay, fine, you horny and you want me to suffice that and we just met and that's your expectation of me. Well, what's wrong with me saying, well, then pay this bill then?
As long as it's not no extraneous bill. If you know I work at McDonald's, why the fuck am I paying your rent when I could barely pay my own?
If you work at McDonald's, then why are you trying to holler at me knowing that I got my own rent?
Cause look what you wearing.
Holler at a girl that work at McDonald's or Burger King or Taco Bell too. Then that way that y'all in the same boat, and then you don't have to worry about that.
You shouldn't be walking around with more booty than a bag of chips. What the hell? It's just there. It's ready to bust. You'd be surprised. Like, why is he staring at me? Why is he staring at me? Your titties are straight out there. Why is he staring at me? Well, damn. I'm just saying, but I can say, but on the other side of that is also when they come up, when you want to avoid those things, certain things have to be clarified at the beginning, and not just said, but you have to see is that if he's either just dating to talk to people, dating to make friends, to just to have sex, or actually to court to something different. Or court to something more. And it's kind of one of the things where like if you go to Tinder, you shouldn't expect more than sex. You shouldn't expect more than that. Versus you go to a different source where, hey, there's people like, okay, they're looking for something serious. They may want to have some fun between it, but my end goal is, hey, I'm courting you to see if I want to be with you and stuff.
So let me tell you how old I am. What's Tinder?
Tinder? You've probably seen it. You have an Apple or Android?
Apple.
Is that little fire icon? It's an icon with just the flame.
So what it is basically is, like a Match? It's like Match, but it's like...
No talking at first.
Yeah, it's just if you heart them, you smash them. If you send a dislike, then on to the next one.
So, if I swipe you like, then eventually I will show up on your feed. Eventually. Then when you swipe like 2, then it says ding ding ding, you match. Now you can conversate if
Which
you choose.
is just a smash.
9 times out of 10, because all you see is a photo and a phrase. And most women judge you off of the picture and the phrase. If you say something catchy, then she may like your pitch. And you possibly may get some.
What?
Yeah,
it is just the act to just have sex. Mostly. It's like, yeah.
No.
Right, because matches, I thought Match was for real. I believed in Match.
Oh, Match.com is different. They're a little bit more, oriented to relationships versus that. That's more.
See, I'm looking for the sugar daddy apps. At this point,
there is some.
Yeah, I want a sugar daddy. I don't even feel like
There is
I don't even feel like playing around because I just feel like I feel like just the level of what the guys expect. Like they really expect you just to hump just like that, and it's not even I even mind having sex, but I have worked my tail off. I started from the for real bottom down here. Like I got my place, it's furnished and all that stuff from me. Nobody gave me a dime, nobody helped me, and nothing like that. You gonna come around and walk around with big dick energy? Big dick energy pay bills to me. Big dick energy, whatever. If you want to walk around like with your chest swole up and tell me what to do and what to wear and what this, that, and the other, you can do all that, but you gonna pay something.
It's funny how they're talking about big dick energy, but those are usually the guys that get shit for free.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's usually
because one big dick who's carrying that hammer, they usually get taken care of. I got that amateur tool. It's good enough to work. It gets them satisfied, but it's not enough to get me a free car. I know my limits.
Oh, okay.
But it's one of the things where I see it. It's like you wonder, like, damn, that nigga ugly. Why she keep on fucking with them? There's a reason why.
And that's the reason.
Yeah. You know what? Have you ever been dickmatized before?
I was thinking about that earlier. That is so funny to ask me that. So in my mind, I'm so much a dude when it comes to sex. I'm very aggressive when I get in the bed, but I'm very submissive as your mate. So it's hard to dickmatize me because I need to be in control. I have to be in control. If I let you be in control and I'm just like a rag doll or just, being a participant in it, we just gonna have a little bit of fun.
So you kind of post them up on the wall and just start fucking them?
While you fucking me, I'm choking you.
No. You can still do that. I seen photos of that where
I'm choking you. I'm putting my foot in your mouth.
She's holding them up.
I'm putting my foot in your mouth. I'm choking you. I'm doing all that.
Yeah.
We got some learning to do.
I
don't eat feet, but yeah.
Problem. See, Why we not eating feet?
I eat ass before I eat feet.
Eat ass then eat feet.
I don't want feet.
I think I should have a say in
If I don't eat chicken feet, I don't eat pig feet. I ain't gonna eat your feet.
Different type of feet. Different type of feet. It's a whole mood. Okay, let me paint the picture for you. You on your back. Okay? Legs up in the air. He's in front of you on his knees. He's inside you. Both of your cheeks, both of your feet right here on his chest. And then while he's stroking you, he put your foot inside of his mouth while he's sitting there. Look, you okay?
I'm confused.
Sorry, so we're kind of visual learners. You need to bring a diagram next time.
I saw it in my head, and this is why I'm like, oh Lord.
Yeah, both feet right here. Then you take one while you stroking, and you put it in your mouth, and you start licking in between her toes. You're gonna get a whole nother orgasm right here.
Oh God, now he's gonna try it.
Why not?
A whole nother one. Like you gotta try some toes. It's an amazing thing.
I'll give it a try. Try other things.
I have a few friends who come over just to suck my feet and leave and get off.
I know one who does that. That's his fetish.
Yeah.
Wait. They just come over, right? And
they want to see my titties, want to suck my feet, and then leave.
Was the pickup line? Hey, baby girl, let me see what those toes do.
No, the pickup line is straight. You need $500.
I do.
Okay. Let me come suck your toes. Yep.
I'm ready.
Wow. I think this is also why men are desensitized, is because if you're literally paying me $500 to just look at my feet, like, of course,
I can
more
get
sex is gonna be out there.
I can get $150 for a picture of just my feet after they freshly done.
Do they
That's
buy
how I
men
get them
pictures?
done.
Do they buy men pictures?
No.
I doubt it.
No.
It's just a thought. I got bills to pay.
But I mean, if there's a website that you can go on and find out, you never know.
Oh yeah, there's like Red-a-jet.
Fetish.
Fetish?
Fetish.
Oh, fetish. Oh.
So FETISH. Fetish.com. Go on there.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, look it up.
I tried Rent-a-Gent, but they require too much.
What's Rent-a-Gent?
It's a website where women can rent men. There's a catalog where you get to rent. You pay to rent men by the hour to do different things, clean your house, take you on a date, or whichever. And professional men, and you have them. You tell them, hey, you want this man to come here, this thing, dressed up like this.
Yeah, see, I want to be on the flip version of that. I want to be the girl that the guy that get one of.
Oh, there's different websites for that too. Medicine. I never signed up for it. Something like that.
Medicine.
Yeah, it's if you search that, it's gonna come up. It's one of the things where that's one of the sugar baby sites.
This was actually delicious. What was this? Since we're drinking rum and things.
It's Appleton with strawberry syrup with some with a dash of lime and ginger beer.
It's delicious. Thanks so much.
Yeah, I've been drinking for a long while. I learned how to make these things taste good. And these are shit that they hit you really hard because they creep up.
Oh, the Appleton, definitely.
Because if you go to Jamaica, buy some from there. Because for some reason they'll say the same percentage, but they'll just hit you so much harder. Like this was the American kind. The Jamaican kind, that shit was fucked me up. I'm sitting here dancing with her mom. I was fucked up. I was not ready.
Oh my god.
Sounds cool.
But yeah.
So I feel like, yeah, it definitely didn't help when men got desensitized from sex. But I mean, it still kind of did almost work in women's favor because now we're getting paid for it. So I mean, but when it comes to the actual dating part, to get to know somebody, marriage, kids, all of that is kind of like navigating through that. It just made it difficult. Because now it's kind of like guys are like, well, why do I have to lock this down when I could go out there and get this and this for free or for $200 or whatever? It's kind of like, well, damn. I thought you wanted a companion, not just somebody to work with.
And so those are the things that you got to kind of sift through because, again, you get a person like me where, like, I don't want nobody's husband. I am so uninterested in anybody else's husband. But if you're single, we can talk. I am 100% against anybody's husband because I've been married. I've been in seriously committed relationships, and I know what's on the other side of that. No matter what we say as adults, the reality is that people have feelings. People are human beings. People have emotions. No matter how much we try to act like we're so big and bad and we're going to keep that out, it's inevitable. So dealing with somebody's husband for me is just like completely off board. But if you're single and you're open to all these things, I'm at the point in my life where I want to have fun with it. I want to learn a little bit, but I don't want to learn today. I don't want to meet you today and learn today. Yes. I want to meet you today and I want you to take your time and like, let's learn this thing together. It's not saying that I would never do these things, but I'm not a porn star today.
So the question is, so before I elaborate on the bullshit on the topic, so how do you handle that filter process? Meaning, how do you filter between the guys when, cause let's say, hey, through a normal day, you may have 5 to 20 people may try to talk to you whether online or in person. What is your filter system?
I ask them straight up. I am very, very direct about it. And when they tell me, it doesn't necessarily take me all the way off the train track, but it diverts it to a different route. I am very much in control person. I don't need to control you, but I'm in control. So I'm going to shift the conversation or shift the relationship or the friendship into what's best. And that's the way I handle things. Like, I'm going to shift it and make it into what I need it to be. And if you can't get with that, it's okay. I'll be just fine.
Are you letting them know that, or are you letting them think they're in control? Because right there, that can play negative in your favor. Because as a guy, we're taught first. Well, how you're supposed to be taught was, hey, you're supposed to lead. And if we're fighting for leadership, that creates issues.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I don't get too far.
So it's like, even if, because the thing about most women here, what I'm thinking they fuck up, is like, hey, they do not know how they just try to be dominant with, hey, I'm on charge one now. You can be in charge. In a lot of relationships, and the one that's successful, the man's up there, but a lot of times he can be a figured person. Mm-hmm. You think he thinks he's in charge or not, but he's not. You course his decisions using different tactics.
Yeah, I'm submissive in a relationship, but I'm aggressive and dominant when I need you to know who I am. I will definitely submit, but you have to give me a reason to, which means that you have to be gentle with me. You have to take your time with me. We need conversation. I have to feel safe.
How much time do you need?
Probably about a few days. I don't think it need to be.
Okay, I have to work with that. Because you said a month, I was about to get up and walk away.
Oh, no. We adults.
So I'm married. You already lost me.
Yeah, no. No, because we adults. That's why I said, you know what I'm saying? We adults. Like, no, I'm horny. I want to have sex too, but I am not going to meet you today and jump your bones tomorrow. Maybe
Friday.
Maybe on a drunken night. Maybe on a night when I'm drunk and I'm out with my girls and I'm feeling all cute like that, then maybe. But in my right sober mind, where I can make a sober decision, a conscious sober decision, nah. Just nah.
But it's also not like we're gonna let you wait forever to finally have sex. So don't get it twisted. Just because you have to wait, it doesn't mean you have to wait 90 days.
Yeah,
no,
I'm
not.
Steve Harvey program.
And okay, so you're in a different. I'm gonna refer to as, I'm gonna call it tax bracket, even though it's not had nothing to do with money. Where that it tends to be more straightforward. Now in the younger age range, is a different story. Where it's just like, okay, hey, and this irritates a lot of guys, you're going to make this one guy wait the Steve Harvey time. Then this other guy, he just got to wait a couple of hours until you get home. And it just like, it throws us off. Then, okay, hey, then you got the ones that there are like, okay, you think they were into you, but they're not really. So you invest in all this, nothing comes of it. You didn't even get no pee-pee touch, at least. I know you're not interested. You're not interested in me. And like, okay, I'm investing all this time and I'm not getting, can they get a relationship? I ain't getting that at least. Then it's just like, okay, hey, so then it's going to somewhat carry over to the next person. It's not something you do, but it's something that, keep in mind that some of the men that you may run into that may, and I say with a caution, because it can be, you can read it wrong, that hey, how they handled that specific situation maybe not the best because of past experience.
So then I'm going to say that it's really about your mojo for me. Like if your mojo, if your swag and your mojo and how you carry yourself turn me on, you might get it tonight. But if you just like me and you sweating me and all that stuff and everything, you ain't got no chill, like you ain't acting like that you got something else going on.
I thought y'all said y'all wanted to be worshipped. I don't like
by my man, not by a stranger. Once you get me, then yes, worship me because you know the value of me to worship me. But worshiping me and you don't even know me, it's just like, nigga.
But that's the thing that don't make sense with women.
You don't even know my last name.
The guy who gets the most play is the one who shows the least amount of interest, which confuses the shit out of me. Where it's like the guy who seriously wants you would brush him off, but the guy who just like, hey, as long as you call me at the right time, I'll give you some attention. Y'all give him all the attention. And I'm like, okay, so I gotta be an asshole to get this?
Not necessarily an asshole, but it's your swag, it's your mojo that makes you more attractive makes me wanna.
Yeah, but according to the committee of good niggas, some more to
drink inside of
the committee of good niggas rate him as a fuck nigga. If we rate him as a fuck nigga, but y'all rate him dateable, we're confused. So that means that we may have to adjust our terms and rules of engagement. It's based on that. So I can say this much: I caught more flies with shit than sugar.
I could say the same thing.
So it's just like, well, guys don't mind dirt, so of course you can catch something. But it's one of the things where it's kind of that it confuses. Then you get trained to do the certain things because hey, you succeed the most doing that, and that's more or less for some of the ones that have not got set in those ways yet, because that's what works.
Okay. I don't think I got a rebut for that one.
It's not necessarily rebutting, but it's just like putting that thought out there because it's an experience that somebody else may be in the middle of it or done it. Cause I was a good little boy then. I ain't do nothing. I hold your hand, hold the door open for you. Say, hey, you say your foot hurt? Here, hop on my back. Now the fact they say, hey, your foot hurt? Shit, you be all right. My foot hurt too.
That's what you say now?
No, that's not what you said now.
Shit, I got a wheelchair for her. It's next best thing. I'm prepared.
Okay. I mean, at least you put the thought to it. You put some thought to it. So I can't argue about the thought.
I'm barely carrying my own weight. I can't hers. Shit.
Okay. All right. That's cool. But dating, it's been different. And then the caliber, I mean, I've realized that, there are people, it's really different. It's really, really just a difference. Because in DC, which is where I'm from, when you meet a guy, they ready to take you out. They're not just asking for your number. They come with straight energy. Let me take you out. Let me, you know what I mean? This, that, and the other. I have been given numbers so many times and no one has asked to actually take me out other than come to my house.
Wow.
I have not been asked to go out. Out of all the guys that have tried to talk to me since I've been down here, it's never been can I take you out?
Did you get the number during the first of the week? The first of the month?
The first of the month?
Yeah, that's when the money come in.
Oh my gosh.
If you get at the end of the month, then he ain't got shit right now. It's the 30th. Like I don't get paid till the 31st. So right now, it'll be about McDonald's and maybe Wendy's. If I really like you, you may get Chick-fil-A.
Right, but it's the 31st. So then you just make plans for Friday the 1st, and then you just say, hey, can I take you out on Friday? The 1st is coming.
But I'm horny now.
That's a you problem. That's where you dig up and deal with the person who you was dealing with before you met me. You go back to her real quick, and then you come holler at me when you finish.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
Yeah,
so that's why you always keep something in the back pocket.
Yeah, go ahead back to her, finish off that energy with her, and then start brand new energy right here.
You implement that, you get cool points with the man when in doubt, because hey, they respect certain things. Now, things that women don't understand or don't catch on, guys are very logical. If you handle things a certain way, we can respect it. Mm-hmm. Like if a girl who simply likes sex, she loves sex. She may have a lot of partners. It's just something she likes. Then they're not gonna really consider as a whole and respect her. Versus one that does it because a man wants it. She wants that. She likes that guy, so she do it. The man's not gonna look at her the same. Okay. It's just like we have some reasons to it. I'm talking about I'm within the range of reasonable men, not the others.
The others. We're
gonna refer to them as the others. Ones that actually work in logic, not just say shit just because you say shit.
Okay.
Because when in doubt, Cardi B, it's a prime example. She was a stripper. She was a stripper, straight out thing. There's not, and besides this title and stuff with it, it's just like, hey, the personality thing is like, hey, this is who I am. I live it. I'm not masquerade of it. Even women, y'all respect it. Because, hey, straightforward, honest for the most part. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean every man is going to settle with that.
You're right.
But there is some inline respect with it. versus somebody saying, "Oh, hey, I'm a Christian woman and sucking dick in the back."
Okay.
So I guess just living in your truth earns you that respect.
Yeah, just don't use that excuse to do every fucking thing. It's just do things within reason. It can eventually get into excess over time, but it shouldn't be in excess now.
Right. I agree. I 100% agree.
Mm-hmm.
But even with the dating, would you say what you looked for then is the same thing you're looking for now?
Nope.
What's the difference?
Because I was so head on in love. I'm such a hopeless romantic in love. So I was leading with love because I had so much financial security on my own or whatever. I didn't care about, what you might have brought to the table or what you didn't. Like my ex-husband, he made just, let's say, like an average amount of money. I've always made over $130,000. Always.
I always watch women at $130,000.
Huh?
I always watch people at $130,000.
I didn't see, and I always have. So I never led with the mindset of you gotta have the same amount of money as me or you need to match me financially. I never led with that because I've always been drawn to people. People been drawn to me who've been solidly good people, and I'm okay with that. I can do what needs to be done as long as you do what's the supposed to be done. Make sure the house is taken care of and stuff like that. So I never, but now after leading with my heart and getting my heart broken, money. If I be with anybody else, it'll be straight for money. I'm not interested in love anymore. Not right now. Not no time soon. Not right now. I don't want to tell nobody I love them. I don't want nobody to tell me that they love me. Not right now.
What if that great dick come down from the cloud?
Even then.
I mean, unless he approaches me right. Like, again, the approach has to be correct. Like, you have to leave with one to at least take me out on a date. I'm not saying that we gotta go to the most expensive place or anything like that. Take me to the taco place on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can be simple. We don't have to do the biggest of things. But the thought of you wanting to take me out before getting in my pants to just have a conversation with me is a big old turn on. And so because all the guys that I've met and I haven't had a chance to get past just that first part, like, it never works. The guys that I mainly talk to or that I talk to consistently, they all live in different states. I talk to a lot of people in a lot of different states, but no one here has lasted. And I've had virtual dates. I've had this one guy that I met in one of my Facebook groups, and he just said happy birthday to me. I said happy birthday to him, and we would just compliment each other pictures or whatever. And he literally said, "Can I take you out on a date?" I said, "I thought you lived in New York." He said, "I do, but I figured we can do one virtually." Yes, you can, sir. Yes, we can go on a virtual date. Nobody has ever asked me that before.
That's so sweet.
That's big energy. That's real energy.
That's cute.
I got all dressed up. I got my camera. I went and bought me a new stand. I had my phone all set up and everything. And we talked for 3 hours. It was amazing. It was just fine. I talk to him regularly. He can, whatever, if he come in town, he getting it on sight, off breaks without me even thinking twice. I'm getting on my knees, whatever he want me to do.
I should have got that shit with that damn phone date I got. I was pissed the fuck off. Oh, let's do a phone date. Bitch, I'm not 18.
I was 20. I was working my first job. I got strep throat, right? I had lost my voice. So when he asked me to go out, I'm like, look, I'm still recovering. I barely have a voice, right? And plus, I stopped strep throat. I'm not going to meet you if I get you sick. He was like, okay, fine. I'll give you a phone date. We talked for a few hours. And then the following week, when I got better, we went on an actual date.
No, I have not much friendly energy to that because you bailed on me. But that's why I'm like, okay, hey, you got in contact with you talking about a phone date. Bitch, please.
No, it was amazing. And when I see him, I know for a fact on site it's going to go down. Because he at least took the initiative to take the first step as the man that you want to be that man, even if it's not for long term. If you want to be the nigga to come around and say, hey, pull your pants down when I come, it's still unfortunately, like, come on, give me a reason to. I'm not going to do it just because you just here. I'm the prize.
You should have. Why not pursue it? Like, okay, hey, either encourage him to come, or vice versa, or go that way.
No, he should know.
Exactly.
Oh, but sometimes it's a nudge. Don't forget that. Don't forget. Even though you want to be pursued.
Do you see me? You ain't forgetting me. If you forget me, then you wanted to forget me.
No, you hit it. The guy don't forget who he sleep with. You see women all the time.
I leave an impression. You see me. You see me.
Well, you must have showed some titties.
I ain't had to.
You ain't gotta lie. Just rub your nipple on top of the camera. You ain't gotta lie. Of course, I wouldn't forget that either.
Nope, I ain't have to.
You should have seen this girl. She rubbed her nipple.
No, we had 2 cigars together. We had really, really good conversation. We got a chance. That's why he still texts him. Listen, I said I'm going to a podcast. Send me the flyer. Where you going? What's it called? What you doing? This, that, and the other. And guess what? I'm so open to meeting new people. I didn't even do no investigation. You asked me, I said yes. I didn't even get into investigating because that's just how open I am into meeting people. So when you disappoint me, like, I don't have time. I mean, I just don't need to have time. I can just meet somebody people.
Else.
Yeah.
Move on to the next.
Honestly, my only listen to everything and stuff, analyze. My only recommendation to the arsenal that you have not implementing is sometimes engaging. Even though you want him to chase, you say chase me, but step a little closer.
Why?
Because it's the whole point of it. But women tend to forget that there's a lot of I'm gonna describe it like this: there's a lot of distractions in many shape or forms. If same way how a guy trying to talk to you, let's say, hey, there's 20 niggas coming up to talk to you, you gotta find a way to differentiate yourself from the rest. Like, for example, when we started dating, actually dating, I spent most of the money, and it was during the time where, hey, money never lined up. Hey, I basically went broke. And I was like, hey, I tested. I told her to see what she was gonna do. I'm like, hey, if she leaves, she leaves. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, that's how you felt?
I was expecting you to leave. But anyways, it's the point of I did the testing. I told her that. She said, oh, no, it's cool. Then the couple dates from that, she was paying for. With that, for me, she got so much, brownie points that I'm looking at her like it's different from the rest, because that's something that no other woman has done for me.
So that's the differentiating thing for me.
So it's like,
ask me on a date, get that far, then we can even have a chance at even something else. But I'm telling you, like, literally the guys that I've met here, they don't get that far.
Well, I'd say from here, over here, the key thing I noticed
Where you
about
from?
this area, I'm from Miami.
Oh, okay. You're from Miami, so you're still from Florida.
Yes.
Oh,
I've never been to this corner of Florida.
So you still from Florida? Yeah. My statement isn't for just Tampa.
It's for Florida.
It's for Florida.
No. Here I say this much. Miami different though. It's a completely different.
That's what all of the guys from Miami say, and I have met a slew white, Italian, black, and Arabic guys from Miami that were born and raised in Miami, and I've met them up here. And before I moved here. No, they decided.
Over here, no, there's small difference if you can tell. Like over here, I realize of course, there's gonna be some similarity. There's only so much difference, but over here, I realize it's very open to interracial versus any other. In the Miami area, me giving them white girls non-existent, unless I'm just in the right place, right time. Versus over here, it's a slightly different animal. Now,
that's for Walmart's around here.
No, not just that, but it's also a college. It's also a college town too. It's a college town / military, and the military thing, unless you're familiar with it, it's something. Yeah. I guarantee, a lot of those men on it that approach you first sex, they are military. Most of the people in the Riverview group are military. We come to realize that it's a heavily military town.
Not most of them, but
a good amount.
It's a nice amount, not that many.
Hello.
Almost a lot of retired police. There's a lot of people, because there's a lot of people from DC that I met because I started a group, DMV to Florida. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of people that's in there that's from DC that were police before, things like that. It's some military in there, but it's not a lot of military in there. To me, the military that's in there are retired people from retired military.
When they active ones. Yeah, it's like no, I'm not talking about active duty. These all retired or served at some point. Like when they, like for example, you probably seen the event about the cigar international thing where they're playing dominoes and spades. Mm-hmm. Most of those people turn out to be military. Yeah. At some shape or form, they served at some point. Like a lot of population in here served at some point.
Oh, I was there. I didn't serve in the military.
See, if you actually mention military, everybody's gonna raise their hand.
But guess what? That's probably why. I mean, I go to stuff, but when I go to the events, when I had an event, and my Black River View really showed up for my birthday. My birthday was in December. I didn't have any friends. Didn't know nobody. I had 40 strangers show up for me at Cigar International for my birthday.
FYI, we didn't join that group till like January or something, so you can't blame us for
that. Okay.
Anyways, continue.
So, I had that. So I try to support and go to things, but I can be a little standoffish. So I go to support, but then I kind of like stand back in the rears and just kind of watch. Now, because I do hair and I advertise doing hair, some of the people have been coming to me to get their hair done, which loosens me up, and then when I see them, or they say they're coming, and I go, and then it makes it easy or whatever. But I honestly have not bumped into anybody really for real military. Now, police, yes. Government workers, yes. I have not. But then I think me and my wall, you know what I'm saying? I think me and my wall just don't allow just certain people just to come.
Yeah, you probably have like a demeanor that will make only certain, I guess, professional people.
Our profession is the ones that, if you have the resting bitch face, the more conservative or maybe the ones that you would actually like that going towards the one that you want, they will be more reluctant than the one that care less and don't mind, and those would be the ones, the front runners of majority of the ones that approach you. Yeah. So maybe that's another key thing. Just
look more friendly.
Well, not necessarily. Well, do try different ways. If you notice them looking and stuff, but they haven't approached one, try different ways to initiate it. I don't know, drop a pen or something. Oops, something.
Start blinking.
Does that work?
I don't know. They're trying
if you create any easy snare, more likely they will at least say something to you, and if you can notice it from some cues, like, okay, struggle to keep a conversation going. Mm-hmm. That may end up being that different that you seem to not run into. Mm-hmm. I'm saying this from this. That's something I had to learn. Lucky I ran into the right people who teach me those things. Where it's like, okay, hey, kept on pushing me to burst out my shell and learn how to approach different things. Now, there's some things I don't do. If you in a group, I ain't gonna talk to you no matter if you're the woman of my dreams. Right. I ain't gonna say a damn thing to you. Right. You better come approach me. But just because, hey, the risk of, hey, you may be interested in me, but your friends like, ew, he ugly.
My friends ain't gonna be the ones laying down with me. My friends not gonna hold me at night. I don't be caring them.
Your friends do influence your decision, especially when you're unsure. Because when in doubt, you be like, oh, hey, baby, hey, girl, I met this nigga here. And they say, oh, don't fuck with him. There's a strong chance you're going to drop him. You may not, but there's a strong chance. Versus if your friends reassure you what you're doing, you're going to kind of double down a little more.
I don't know.
It depends. If I'm feeling iffy about a guy, then maybe I'll just let it go. But if I know for sure, then yeah, I don't care what they say.
Yeah, my friends don't influence me. You can be ugly as you want to. I like ugly. I don't care. Yeah. Ugly don't bother me at all. So none of those other superficial things really bother me. I care about your character. Mm-hmm. I care about how you treat your mom, how you are with your kids. I don't even really care how many kids you have, how many baby mothers you got, because life happens. You know what I mean? Like, I was able to control my shit, but I know that everybody, you know what I'm saying, really can't. Things happen. So I don't even care about how all that stuff, if you're taking care of them, but those basic things that make you who you are, how you just get mad at the grocery store, how you are in traffic, how you treat your mom when she calls, how you respond to one of your kids, or what's your attitude about your baby mother and all that stuff. Those are the things that make a difference in the makeup of everything to me.
Yeah, they do, but we have not got past the initial conversation to get into the nitty gritty.
You're absolutely right. We can't get past it.
Because I ain't gonna lie, there's fear of rejection is very strong, and especially if you got hit hard. I can tell you this one story. All right, we at the club. Then see the girl, couple that kept on moving back from the table, dancing one of them stayed, and it's kind of cute. But I talked to her, hey, you want to dance? She said, no, I'm good. So then, okay, let go off. She didn't do that bad. She's like, okay, we'll rush it off. Go back, I'm over there chilling, I'm drinking. And I see like two different guys try to come talk to her. She's like, nah. She's like, okay, no thanks. Then no thanks to go away stuff. And it's like, then eventually went back to it. She's like, hey, how come you not come up and dance? Because she said not the right nigga come talk to me. Then all her friends started laughing. I was like, shit. I just had to take my L and walk away. But
wow.
It can hit hard, and after that you be like any other person I don't think I talked to anybody the rest of that night. That was enough. I have enough pride left to do it.
I mean, why you went back up there? If she told you
why
no,
not?
Took your first L and let it go.
It wasn't rude. It was just like, it was just calmly. Then a lot of times saying it, then she said it was just, that shit stung.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm generally an easy let her downer. I really don't. Unless I have to be in a terrible mood to be nasty to you if you try to talk to me. If you try to talk to me, I mean, I'm appreciated. Even if you're not my type, thank you so much. Okay, cool, that's sweet. No, I may even lie to you and say I'm in a relationship just so that I won't. But just to be like rude and nasty and just like to cut you. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, you're my black king. There's no way that I'm just going to just cut you just for no, you know what I mean, for no reason or for my own personal gain. Because hurting you, getting that kind of rebuttal was like very unnecessary. You know what I mean? Just very unnecessary. Like, why? Like, angry black woman, like, who hurt you? Because that wasn't necessary. You know what I mean? Like, that wasn't even necessary. Yeah, that was a little far.
Now, if he was harassing you all
then you was getting on her nerves, then okay, maybe. But then if that was just your second time saying something and that was a response, that was a bit much.
Well, now you see why she wasn't dancing nobody.
Yeah. I don't know what the reason is, but it's just like, it comes with the game, it sticks, make a note. If there's more unicorns, then you'll run into less issues. But before we forget in this drinks, the main thing I was saying is like, you notice when you run into it when a guy comes up and try to talk to her, hey, like he's trying to court you to go out. It's only because it's one of the main reasons, because that's the only acceptable way nowadays across the board to ask for sex. Me simply come up to you and say, hey, can I fuck? Especially in the English language, it doesn't sound sexy. If I had a British accent, maybe a little better. But that's the acceptable way to say, hey, I want to fuck.
But you could at least take me on a date first too.
But sometimes they don't want to go that far. But then you got now you have the ones that they're using both the same lines, but they have two different things of what they actually trying to do. Some trying to fuck and get to know you, and others trying to get to know you then fuck. But we're still fucking. But don't forget that the fuck, because the guy's gonna be the most honest after the nut. If he's trying to get rid of you directly after the nut, he ain't that interested. If you're trying to stay there and cuddle, there may be something there.
There may be. I feel like
or you just put it on them too good.
The sex is going to come. Don't ask about the sex. Just bringing up sex is gonna be a turn off. It's an automatic turn off. It's just.
You have not dated women then.
What you mean?
Yeah, I have not dated women. Because I can come on with that after the food date, I'll never hear her again. So the next person, I'm trying to get my money's worth. That $1.25, I want that shit back.
Wow.
So after a couple, that $1.25 adds up. After the 156 date,
wow.
That's $156.
Okay.
Plus tax. And I can't write that off at the end of the year.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
So we're supposed to suffer for the other women that just use you for food?
You damn right. Somebody gotta get this L. I got the L the other 2 times.
So now it's my L.
Oh, I have a right to be petty. I have a right to be petty on occasions. Just I'm gonna petty, non-petty, petty, non-petty. Just follow
I don't like these odds. I don't like these odds.
Because now you done screwed up your own chance. Because you didn't get it then. You damn sure ain't gonna get it now. Because you done ruined it.
Then the only thing left to do is...
Okay, so that's my cue. I am the maestro.
Okay. Well, that's today's show. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment on anything you have based off what we say. And peace.
Bye.
Peace.